Oj! Oto. Potem. No? Kasia. Mama Sima? Simbuk. טוב. אין לי מושג מה הוא מדבר. Today, I am taking my son Omri to his nursery. Who are you going to play with today?
Sasa, Hasa, Azza, Grabba.
It's my favorite car that I wanted for years. It's I think Dana didn't understand why I looked for weeks and weeks for this specific model and why I spent so much money and so much time just to find it. I think of myself as a very sensitive and caring father. It's a difficult one because the first thing that comes to mind is I want to say that I'm going to be different than my father, my own father. He was very sensitive, but not very caring.
Oh, we're going to have traffic. Do not worry.
I think the Zados 9 was a car which, if anybody really wanted it, it was actually one of those cars that lifted the ante as far as being able to look at a genuine alternative to BMW, to Mercedes, to Audi. And it's really a bit short thrift for Mazda that it didn't do better than it did. There was something about the smoothness and refinement of that engine and the way you could actually integrate the drive with a very, very fluid and user-friendly gearbox, which would give you a lot of confidence in the car. Perfect for taking a child to nursery 3 times a week. It's humdrum, it's boring looking, it's practical, and it wouldn't cost you all that much, so it doesn't really matter if the little girl or little boy actually puked all over the seats.
No, I don't enjoy the ride at all. But I can tell you that Omri enjoys the ride extremely because he's fascinated with cars and any means of transport, basically. So he's waiting to catch an ambulance on the way, or a fire engine, or a tractor, or anything that has wheels. Oi, Omri, look! A driller! Oh my God! No, we need to stop for a second so he can look at the driller. Excuse me?
At 2.5, children are just on at the point where they're having their vocabulary explosion. I think at some point it's said that they learn up to around 40 new words a day.
A driller!
Which is quite astonishing. They have this huge, quick burst in acquisition of language. Crunchy munchy. So if we were to think about what Omri will take from this journey, because he's acquiring language, remember snippets like, for example, tractor, there'll be less of the kind of fine detail of episodic memories that we acquire later in life.
Bye-bye, driller.
Tana Sembuk.
Mahmoud?
Tana Sembuk.
Matana?
Sembuk.
Matana Simbuk. You want a raisin? You'll have to wait till we get to nursery. Settle, Julie. We are driving through, I think it's Temple Fortune, and bloody hell, they are fortunate. Look at the houses here. This is just unbelievable.
I think you can almost think of a car as being almost a moving frame. A car driver is looking around. They're not just looking at the road, they're also looking at the physical environment they're actually driving through. And the windscreen almost serves as a kind of like a kind of photographic frame in a way. And there is this sort of metaphor within sociology and anthropology. I wonder how Dana would actually make sense of an environment like this. What kind of narratives of urban life she builds up from her regular journeys down here. I wonder if she even has time to build up narratives. So I wonder if she'd want to park the car, get out, really look at the houses up close. And I wonder how she would make sense of the kinds of lives that people live in this environment. Because all we can see here is how they externalise those lives.
I can definitely see both of us climbing the ladder. You know, Shimi will be in a better position at his job, he'll earn more money, I'll start working and slowly develop my own practice and work, you know, as a private clinician.
What's your profession?
I'm a hooker, a professional one, drama therapist. But it will never come to the point of being rich. כבר חמודי שלי. Elsa will give you Timok when we get to the nursery. And we're going to take a shortcut.
Okay, this is Thomas Milne's map from 1800, from 200 years ago. And we can trace Dana and Omni's journey. Where they're leaving from is not a part of a city, it's just a few isolated houses in the middle of what looks like the English countryside. They started somewhere out over here near Colney Hat. Their journey first takes them across the relatively sparsely vegetated Finchley Common, an area that perhaps might be dangerous. They might be worried that they're going to be attacked. Maybe travelling by horse and trap, moving along lanes, they're passing through meadows. And although what we're seeing is a landscape that looks rural, it's still a part of London, still just over the horizon is the great metropolis.
And when he came, Omri, car transporter! Oh my God! We thought we're going to see a car transporter, and there's a car transporter.
Sometimes you find that parents are evening taking their children for up to an hour each way, driving them across London to get to a particular school that they feel is most appropriate for their child. The trend is that because of parental choice, and that the car has become a kind of protective shell that enables the parent to kind of shift the child from the safety of the home to the security of the school without any intervening period of danger in the real world itself. And I think car manufacturers are emphasising this notion that the child is a precious object that really shouldn't be allowed near the world.
I suddenly realised what is unconditional love. You know, I would die for him. He's the love of my life. There's just nothing else. He's number one. And I didn't think I'm going to have any children because I didn't think that I'll be able to cope with having my own child. But I do, and I love it.
Somewhere between the smiles and the nappy changes, you have deluded yourself. Don't think I don't see the safety pins holding you together. I've seen you rehearse in the rearview mirror, steering wheel slippery and wet, trying to perfect your mother's smile. You're turning into a beautiful skeleton, love, though your stubborn eyes may beg to differ. Using your son, Omri, to justify your loss of freedom, then relying on his happiness to source your own, like Siamese twins feeding on one heart. That should be a crime. He deserves a lot more, and so do you, you foolish woman.
Well. Mahamudi. Elsa, do you have any raisins here? Yeah? He is dying to have a raisin.